Right, so after a heartfelt duel between former friends, we end the episode with the Dark Empire having Monster Reborn within their possession. But what actually happens? And will Yuna actually play along with the Dark Empire? Well, it's time to talk about episode 124 of the Go Rush anime series. A really good episode that seems to fly in terms of pacing. So, let's jump. So we know going into this episode that both Yuna and Asaka, before the ending of season 2, were very close and connected. Either by a mutual understanding or mostly because of Yugioh. And we know going into this long-awaited matchup between the two girls, this would carry a lot of feeling and desire that connects to both Yugioh and their individual goals. However, this clash, although quick, was really good. Seeing Asaka's new ace monster was fantastic and creepy looking, and having Yuna using contact fusion without a card with contact in its name was indeed interesting. Opting to make Celeb Rose Witch into a contact feature card was a pleasant surprise. Speaking of surprises, the desire from Asaka to become Otis instead of Yuumu was completely out of left field, as we've not really had any prior hints to this before. Yes, we saw how she and Yuumu / the Dark Meister had this sort of cat and mouse situation going on with them trying to outsmart and outdo each other. And this could just be another method of this in doing so. But seeing the Otis helmet and the blueprints on how to make it was a good little twist that helps you kind of believe this statement of Asaka wanting to become Otis as well. Because that again does connect to Yugioh's wishes and the connection to him. More on Asaka as we see her mother-like figure / personality from her within this episode once again as it appears in her quest to protect Danamu, taking physical damage by fusing with Danamu himself just to protect him even more. This was very admirable and kind of sweet of her character, and I like seeing this side to her. But with Yuna having won this duel, this tells us how Gohan managed to obtain the card-making machine as well as other Mutsuba items. But I have to ask, does this now mean that the town itself is within Gohan's possession? As they dueled with everything on the line, and we know that it's called Mutsuba Town. So even though Gohan monopolized the city, they couldn't change the name. As a side note, it was creepy seeing how the effects of Gohan are taking over already, seeing the streets empty as the sinister drones scour and search the city was it gave that more darker and creepier feel. So yeah, I wonder if with this statement of let's duel with everything on the line, does this now mean that Gohan owns the rights to the name of the town, and thus seeing that slow transition to Gohan City? I did find the segment with Yuna and Yuumu at the beginning interesting, as we see them working together for now. After all, I can't shake this feeling that Yuna will betray the Dark Empire for her own selfish greed and pride. After all, we know how prideful and greedy a Gohan can be. Seeing that creepy flash of Monster Reborn symbol flicker in Yuna's eyes was puzzling, as it hints at her having Monster Reborn affect her beforehand, since she's now connected to it, being that she can sense when and where it's to. Or is there something darker going on at play here? I don't know. Yuna never seemed like a team player, and with her enterprise, her wealth, and her power, it only seems like a matter of time before she gets too tyrannical and starts going, ha, ha, ha. Side note, seeing Yuna cry after seeing Yugioh was a very sweet and emotional scene. It shows that she hasn't fully gotten over her love for Yugioh yet, which could be what's actually driving her moving forward. With that being said though, we are seeing small cracks beginning to form on Yuumu as she's losing her memory. She's losing her future memories, not really having a plan as thought out as we first believed to have. The effects of the dark matter materials that she's been using also look to be taking effect on her physical and mental state, which is good as it shows a small drawback to her having such powers. Now, sticking with the Dark Matter Empire, it must have been a wild experience for them seeing Yugioh in the Meeg-chan outfit for the first time. And I think it's also Yugioh's first time seeing this as well. So I think Yugioh might want to use Monster Reborn and make everyone forget about that little occasion. Still, a good little bit of laughs and chuckles. Another great moment from this episode was the Zenet and Yuhi interaction, as we see Yuhi unsure about what he can do to save his sister. Seeing them in this touching and sweet moment, Zenet cheers Yuhi on and tells him that being that him and the Dark Meister are twins, he too is an absolute force. It's nice seeing how Yuhi's perspective on the situation and how after his duel with Yomu, he feels like the distance is even further apart from each other, seeing as if Yomu is this unreachable figure, and this line of despair is almost coming across Yuhi. This all-around heartfelt moment was a good character building / interaction moment, and maybe hinting at some romance between Yuhi and Zenet. Overall, this was a fantastic episode with a lot of plot progression moving in a positive way. However, I'm wanting to know more about Yomu's plan, as she wants to use Monster Reborn, which goes against what Yugioh was trying to do at the end of Season 2. Yugioh desired to seal away Monster Reborn so that no one could use it. Yet, here's Yomu saying that she wants to follow in Yugioh's footsteps and do what's right for him by doing the opposite of what he wanted. So let's see how that unfolds in the next episode, or in the episodes to come. Apart from that though, hope you've enjoyed this little review / discussion. Have a great day. Alligator, matane, goodbye.